ស្ដីលោកគ្រូអ្នកគ្រូទាំងអស់គ្នាអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំនឹងចែកនៅខ្លីទៅតំណែងproject គម្រោងTexas AM University បាទអញ្ចឹងយើងមកចូលទៅមើលទាំងអស់គ្នាខ្លីទេបាទអញ្ចឹងឥឡូវយើងមកមើលទៅតតំណែងខុសទាំងអស់ហ្នឹងខ្ញុំនឹងរាប់ពីទី1រហូតដល់ចុងក្រោយព្រោះដើម្បីឲ្យគ្នាយើងបានដឹងថាខុសហ្នឹងមានប៉ុន្មានយើងចង់ដឹងថាខុសហ្នឹងមានប៉ុន្មានអ្វីខ្លះហើយយើងគួរតែរៀនមួយណាហើយអ្វីដែលយើងត្រូវការក្រៅពីគេផ្ដល់ឲ្យអញ្ចឹងណាបាទអញ្ចឹងទី1នេះគេថា APLUS access for all what it means for students in Mississippi បាទអញ្ចឹងពាក្យថា APLUS ហ្នឹងគេគ្រប់ course ទាំងអស់គឺមានពាក្យ APLUS ហ្នឹងវាជាឈ្មោះគម្រោងមកគេអញ្ចឹងទី2គឺ APLUS a code for the principal with ELs a customer service oriented school addressing misconceptions of ACID and ACIS in biology. They mean addressing misconception of osmosis and decisions, addressing misconceptions of the human body, addressing misconceptions relating to cellular respiration, Alaskan Native education, a leader's influence and impact, an instructional interventionalist to work with struggling learners, a personal coach for a leader, assessing students at the beginning of the year. Then we have a supportive district curriculum, attention deficit, hyperactivity disorders and writing, Aurora's discovering the polar light, beating the burnout, behavior specific brace, a simple strategy to increase benefits of flipped classroom, benefits of classroom meeting, benefits of trial and error learning, best practices in principal can employ to impact student learning, best practices sheltered instruction strategies for building collaboration using games, building community in a school, building instructional skills specialists, building school leadership team, building the habits of mindfulness in the K-12 classroom, building trust as a new principal or administrators, campus school improvement plans, challenges for rural school districts finding opportunities, challenges in urban schools, classroom walkthroughs, college ready, the first in the family to go to college, community-based instruction CBI and its benefits, community relations, composting in the classroom, connecting to local resources, content area instruction for English learners, continuous improvement, co-teaching, navigating a collaborative, creating an trauma-sensitive secondary classroom, creating clarity of curriculum, identifying priority, critical dialogues, principals to teachers, cultivating leadership among teachers, cultural competence, culturally responsive response to intervention, data analysis and strategic planning, dealing with difficult parents, developing a culture of confidence for teachers, developing leadership team, developing parent engagement program, development of teachers' growth plans, district curriculum teams engaging often, dual language programming, easy ways to incorporate social emotional learning, effective communication by principal, effective feedback for developing teachers, emotional intelligence relationship, emotional intelligence self-management, English learners and gifted education, English learners served in special education, enhancing literacy instruction with relevance, enhancing poetry instruction through relevance, equitable education in crises such as COVID-19, equity in mental health for children in a crisis such as COVID-19, ethno-science Why is that important? Facilitating PLC. Federal bilingual law focus on instructional capacity building, from games to recipes. It's all algorithm to me. Group contingency, a classroom. Grow versus fixed mindset. Having a vision and plan for leading. High probability request sequence, a simple strategy. How curriculum teaching and assessment. How to change student behaviors after disciplinary actions. How to coach teachers in high-needs schools. How to conduct the post-observation conference. How to develop a school's safety plan. How to engage parents in a COVID-19 environment. How to increase parental involvement to aid in student success. How to lead professional development. How to lead quality instruction. How to recruit the best teachers. Identify special education English learner. Importance of radius and proportional relationship in middle school. Improving student understanding of the central inclusive learning environment. Inequalities on campus. What can a campus leader do? Instructional leadership. Instructional strategy for students with attention. Instructional walkthroughs. Language dice. Leadership team coach. Leading online during a crisis such as COVID-19. Leading with influence. Learning about large numbers. Learning teams. Legal and policy issues related to English learners. Legal issues with teachers and the importance. Literacy framework, academic vocabulary. Master schedule practices to improve student performance. Math strategy for English learners. Microplastics. For dinner, how does plastic material enter? Mindfulness in the classroom. Mind mapping in the classroom. Motivating unmotivated students in the secondary school. Motivation for learning to program a computer. Multiple measures for assessing growth and reporting. Observing and monitoring teachers' growth. Ocean surveying, exploring the deep ocean. Opportunities to respond, a strategy to increase student. Parent participation in the individual life. Passion in leading. Peer coaching. Personalized instruction. Personalized learning environments. Poetry as an effective way to teach English learners. Pre-kindergarten content area instruction. Principles and their impact on school climates. Professional learning community changes in structure. Professional learning community changes in structure. Reading comprehension and audit. Reduce, reuse, recycle, and beyond in the classroom. Restorative practices. Rigors in the special education classroom. Risk-taking leadership. Root cause analysis for turning around schools. Safely promoting a school. School physical design and infrastructure. School recycling programs. School-wide positive behavioral intervention. Sea level rise. What causes it? Why isn't it the same? Service-based learning. Sexual harassment in schools among the staff and software engineering by paper planes. Solving the teacher shortage. Student accountability. Teacher engagement. Teacher implicit biases in the classroom. Teacher leader accelerating language acquisition. Teacher leader adjusting questioning strategy. Teacher leader advantages of bilingualism, affecting the learning environment to ELs. Aprendiendo justo and I think this is not English, maybe Spanish. Assessing students' phonics knowledge. Authentic assessment for English learner. This is also Spanish, so skip it. Benefits of primary language instruction. Building vocabulary through dramatization. Capitalizing on parents' set of skill. Cognitive strategy. Communication-based activities. Components of literacy development 1. Components of literacy development 2. Components of literacy development 3. Comprehension strategies. Conducting comprehensive needs. Consideration for developing and Q. Questions and advanced organizers. Culturally responsive pedagogy. Cultural proficiency. Data-driven decision-making. Developing balanced bilinguals. Developing biliteracy 1. Developing oral language proficiency. Developing oral language proficiency 2. Developing oral language proficiency 3. Differentiated instruction routines. Documenting and monitoring students. Dual language ongoing program planning. Dual language program students. Dual language rational and research-based. Effective instructional methodologies. Effective parent engagement strategies. Effective school leadership. ELPES overview. Ensuring ensuring equity and positive school. Evaluating instruction from literacy. This is I think Spanish as well. Skip it. Expanding academic vocabulary 1, expanding academic vocabulary 2, and expanding academic vocabulary 3. Explicit English instruction, doing do's and don'ts. Explicit instruction content, formula for EL success, fostering an interest in literacy, funds of knowledge, guidelines for effective ESL instruction, how children develop as readers and writers, how guided reading fits within the content, how guided reading fits within the content too. Infusing culturally and linguistically, integrating movement, integrating technology and multimedia. Interactive activities. Interactive activity 2, language experience approach. This is in Spanish. Literacy addictive grasp, language influences. Literacy center, making words. Manipulative strategies, maximizing opportunities. Non-linguistic representation. Overview of EL indicators. Overview of 4 literacy domains. Phonics in the bilingual classroom. Program evaluation. Promoting equal status for both languages. Promoting phonemic awareness. Reading fluency. Reliever strategies. Reducing anxiety, predictable routines. Role of phonics in the bilingual literacy. Scaffolding. Setting aptitudes and providing feedback. Stages of second language. Stages of spelling development. Strategies to communicate. Strategy to support listening development. Strategy to support reading development. Strategies to support speaking development. Strategy to support writing development. Structure conversation reading. Student learning objectives. Summarizing note taking. Teaching and testing the student preferred. Teaching students to unlock mind word meaning. APLUS, okay, TELPAS overview. The language-rich classroom. The role of the affective filter. Total physical response. Understanding teaching objectives. Understanding the EL progress measure. Using authentic literature. Using cooperative groups part 1. Using cooperative groups part 2. Using cooperative group part 3. Using corrective feedback, do and don't. Using data to make instructional decisions. Using specific language to plan. Using transitional words and in oral. validating and affirming home language, visual scaffolding, writing strategy, years in U.S. schools and their importance, retentions, reflection to improve instruction, reflective to null, writing to interrogative, interrogate, during a crisis such as COVID-19 tip. During a COVID-19 such as COVID-19 tip 2, instruction with English learner recess, between a PLC and a data meeting, between coaching, the difference between coaching and mentoring teachers, the English learner and literacy development, the 5 SEL competencies, 3 developing social, the 5 SEL competencies for developing, the 5 SEL competency developing, the 5 SEL competency part 1 developing, the impact of emotional intelligence on school climate, the impact of emotional intelligence on school climate 2, the impact of trauma on the brain and how to mitigate it, the impact of tremors on the brain and what it looks like in, the impact of choosing instructional choice in the classroom, the imperative of ethno mathematics, the importance of action research for teachers, the importance of pre-kindergarten, the importance of teaching about vaccines in K-12, the importance of teaching the nature of science, the inclusive, culturally competent educator, instructional leadership roles, the powers of student data sheets, recruitment of teachers for high-need schools, relationship between campus leaders and the role of instructional coach, the shattered instruction observation protocol model, taken economy, the behavior management strategy, in transformational leadership, turning around school, tutoring every child, understanding and addressing math anxiety, university partnership, unobtrusive observations of leadership team, unpacking the state standards for learning proficiency, using arts as a multimodal approach to English language, using data to make decisions, using guided math to differentiate mathematics instruction, using social media to promote your school. What are the earth layers and how can student-based? What are the major tectonic plates and how have they? What are the 3 types of rock? What is the rock cycle? What is cross-cultural code switching? What is weathering, erosion, and the processes at? Why is geoscience, earth science important too? Why is student engagement so crucial for math? Working together and actively, and working with reluctant readers. So here are all the courses that provided by the Texas A&M University បាទគម្រោងហ្នឹងហើយខ្ញុំបានអានទាំងអស់ដើម្បីគ្នាយើងបានដឹងហើយខ្ញុំនឹងផ្ដល់ជាយោបល់ថាតើមានខុសចំនួនណាប្រភេទខុសណាខ្លះដែលយើងគួរតែយកវាជាអាទិភាពក្នុងការរៀនណាឥឡូវយើងមើលទាំង4ខាងលើយើងមើលមកជួរនេះចឹងណាអញ្ចឹងយើងមើលមកជួរហ្នឹងទៅតើខុសមួយណាខ្ញុំនឹង recommend តាមនឹងហើយទាំងអស់គ្នាអាចសម្រេចចិត្តអាចយកហ្នឹងឬក៏អាចបដូរឬក៏ថែមថយតាមនឹងប៉ុន្តែក៏ជាការ recommend អូខេអញ្ចឹងសួស្តីលោកគ្រូទាំងអស់គ្នាអញ្ចឹងនេះខ្ញុំនឹងបង្ហាញខ្លីទៅនឹងខុសមួយចំនួននៅក្នុង Texas A&M University ហ្នឹងណាដែលជាគម្រោងមួយដល់ដោយ Texas University ហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងយើងចូលទៅមើលទាំងអស់គ្នាបាទអញ្ចឹងនៅពេលដែលយើងវាយតាម link ហ្នឹងទៅយើងនឹងឃើញមានផ្ទាំងមកអញ្ចឹង AM នេះណា Education Human Development Center for Research and Development in Dual Language Literacy Acquisition ហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងយើងនឹងចូលមកកន្លែង Professional Development នេះអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំសូមណែនាំមួយកន្លែង MOOPIL នេះដែលជាវគ្គខ្លីៗ online ដែលយើងកំពុងតែស្វែងរក ចឹងយើងចូលមកយើងឃើញផ្ទាំងអញ្ចឹងបន្តមកទៀតយើងអាចនឹងជ្រើសរើសជា teacher ជាគ្រូបង្រៀនណាតែមកបើយើងអត់ទាន់មានទេយើងអត់ទាន់មាន account វាអត់ទាន់មានឈ្មោះយើងទេអញ្ចឹងយើងត្រូវបង្កើត account យើងគាត់កន្លែងហ្នឹងគេដាក់ថាកន្លែងហ្នឹងគេដាក់ log in sign up ណាអញ្ចឹងយើងដាក់ sign up ទៅគេឲ្យបំពេញព័ត៌មានឈ្មោះឬក៏ email លេខទូរស័ព្ទអីយើងពេញតាមគេទៅណាចានេះជា email របស់ខ្ញុំហើយ password អញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំ log in ម្ដងទៀតដើម្បីឲ្យឃើញបាទអញ្ចឹងក្នុងនេះវាមាននេះច្រើនណាមាន course ច្រើនណារាប់រយ course រាប់រយវគ្គសិក្សាដែលគេផ្ដល់ឲ្យ online ហ្នឹងប៉ុន្តែក្នុងនោះខ្ញុំបានស្វែងរកមួយចំនួនដូចអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាឃើញលើនេះច្រើនដែរចាំមើលតើមានអីខ្លះហើយវគ្គទាំងអស់ហ្នឹងខ្ញុំគិតថាវាត្រូវសម្រាប់យើងដែលជាគ្រូបង្រៀនឬក៏ជាពិសេសជាគ្រូប្រឹក្សាគូសលអញ្ចឹងវាមានទាំងអស់ហ្នឹងវាទាក់ទងទៅនឹងការប្រឹក្សាវាទៅទៅពីផ្នែកដឹកនាំវាទៅទៅការគ្រប់គ្រងវាទៅទៅនឹងការបង្រៀនអីជាដើមអញ្ចឹងណាបាទដោះស្រាយបញ្ហាអីជាដើមអញ្ចឹងយើងទៅមើលខ្ញុំនឹងបិទអាហ្នឹងហើយឥឡូវដំបូងដែលខ្ញុំណែនាំដំបូងគឺទាក់ទងទៅនឹង course នេះគេហៅថា APLUS ហ្នឹងគឺជា project របស់គេណាអញ្ចឹងគម្រោងឈ្មោះ project ក្បាលដើមរបស់គេអញ្ចឹងយើងឈ្មោះរបស់ course ហ្នឹងគឺ a coach for the principal with EL អញ្ចឹងអាហ្នឹងក៏សំខាន់ដែរសម្រាប់យើងដូចជា mentor មួយទៀតគឺ a leader's influence and impact បាទ an instructional interventionist to work with struggling students ក៏សំខាន់ដែរ personal coach for leader assessing students at the beginning of the year post COVID a supportive district curriculum benefit of a flipped classroom បាទសំខាន់ behavior specific risk a simple strategy to increase positive academic and social behaviors នេះក៏ល្អដែរអញ្ចឹងមួយទៀតគឺ benefits of classroom meeting នេះក៏សំខាន់ដែរ benefits of trial and error learning best practices ខ្មែរយើងហៅឧត្តមមានវត្តបាទ in principle can employ to impact student learning best practices shelters instruction strategy for adolescent English learner building collaboration using game បាទសំខាន់ building community in a school building instructional skills specialists build their coaching capacity for pedagogical improvement building school leadership team building the habits of mindfulness in the K-12 classroom building trust as a new principal or administrator in school classroom walkthrough challenges in urban school challenges in rural school districts finding opportunities for professional development in rural districts campus or school improvement plans community relations community-based instruction CBI and its benefits for students with intellectual disabilities college ready the first in the family to go to college, composting in the classroom, content-areas instruction for English learner, continuous improvement, critical dialogues, principles to teachers, creating clarity of the curriculum, identifying priority standards and developing proficiency skills, co-teaching, navigating a collaborative and inclusive service delivery model, data analysis and strategic planning, culturally responsive response to intervention for English learners, cultural competence, cultivating leadership among teachers, developing a leadership team, developing cultures of confidence for teachers, dealing with difficult parents, developing parent engagement program, easy ways to incorporate social-emotional learning into the classroom, development of teacher growth plans, emotional intelligence relationship management, effective feedback for developing teacher, effective communication by the principal, emotional intelligence self-management, enhancing literacy instruction with relevance, English learners serve in special education, English learners serve in gifted education, facilitating a PLC, professional learning community, equitable education in a crisis such as COVID-19, equity in mental health for children in a crisis such as COVID-19, focus on instructional capacity building, from games to recipes, it's all algorithms to me. Group contingencies, a classroom management strategy. Grow and versus fixed mindset. Having a vision and plan for leading. How curriculum, teaching, and assessment are related. How to coach teachers in high-need school. How to change a student behavior after disciplinary action have already been given. How to lead professional development. How to lead quality instruction. Identifying special education English learner. How to recruit the best teachers. Instructional leadership. Inclusive learning environment. Peer coaching. Benefit of flipped classroom. Mind mapping in the classroom. Scaffolding. Visual scaffolding. Motivating unmotivated students in the secondary classroom. Teacher retention. So, អញ្ចឹងទាំងអស់ហ្នឹងគឺជាខុសដែលវាតកតងបំផុតដែលខ្ញុំគិតថាអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំគិតថាទាំងអស់គ្នាគួរតែជ្រើសរើសចូលមើលហ្នឹងទៅហើយចាំអ្វីដែលខ្ញុំបាន recommend ទៅលើមុនហ្នឹងទៅអញ្ចឹងទាំងអស់គ្នាអាចជ្រើសរើសរៀនបានជាពិសេសគ្រូប្រឹក្សាគូសលដែលយើងនឹងត្រូវការប្រើប្រាស់នៅជំនាញទាំងអស់ហ្នឹងដើម្បីប្រឹក្សាទៅលើគ្រូបង្រៀនទាំងអស់ហ្នឹងហើយបាទហើយរបៀបនៃការចូលទៅប្រើប្រាស់ឧទាហរណ៍ថាយើងមាន account ទាំងហើយដែលយើង sign up ហើយអញ្ចឹងយើងចេញជាឈ្មោះយើងហើយអញ្ចឹងយើងគ្រាន់តែចុចទៅ enroll យើងទៅឬមកក្រោមយើងដាក់មាន enroll sign up ក៏បានដែរណាឥឡូវយើងឧទាហរណ៍យើងចូលតាមខាងក្រោមវិញមើលនេះ enroll បាទអញ្ចឹងយើងចូលមកដូចគ្នាបើយើងមាន account ហើយអញ្ចឹងណាហើយយើងចូលបាទអញ្ចឹងថា congratulations you have successfully enrolled in APLUS teacher retention បាទអញ្ចឹងយើងចូលទៅ dashboard យើងបាទចូលទៅ dashboard យើងនឹងឃើញPDF transcript ដែលនិយាយពី transcript ដែលយើងនឹងរៀនហើយខុសដែលយើងបាននេះបើយើងបានចុះឈ្មោះដែលយើង enroll ហើយណាអានេះខុសនេះឥឡូវយើងមើលនៅក្នុងហ្នឹងចំពោះ PDF transcript ហ្នឹងវាបង្ហាញអំពីខុសដែលយើងបាន enroll ក៏ដែលយើងបានយើងមើលខាងនេះ enroll for មានន័យថាយើងបានចុះឈ្មោះ4យើងបានចុះឈ្មោះចូលរៀនវគ្គ4វគ្គប៉ុន្តែយើងបាន complete តែ2ទេហើយ2ទៀតគឺនៅក្នុងដំណាក់កាលកំពុងតែរៀនហើយយើងបានទទួលបានគេ2ដោយសារយើងបញ្ចប់2យើងបាន2ហើយgrade level របស់គឺ5គឺ5ណាអញ្ចឹងយើងមើលខុសទាំង4នេះណាទៅទាំង classroom strategy cognitive strategy Y4 ហ្នឹងហើយ coach for the principal with ELs ហើយ effective communication and teacher retention ហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងបន្តមកទៀតយើងមើលឡើងនេះកន្លែងនេះគេដាក់ in progress អញ្ចឹងយើងចុចកន្លែង in progress យើងឃើញមាន2វគ្គនៅក្នុង in progress មាន teacher retention ហើយនិង effective communication ហ្នឹងហើយដល់ពេលយើងមើល not completed វាអត់មានទេប៉ុន្តែ completed មាន2ណាគឺ classroom strategy ហើយនិង coach for the principal with ELs អញ្ចឹងយើងចង់រៀនរបស់យើងស្រួលយើងគ្រាន់តែចុច begin the course ណាចុច begin the course ទៅយើងនឹងអាចមើលឃើញមាន dashboard account របស់យើងហើយយើងមើលឃើញ calendar តែសំខាន់ជាងគេគឺខុសឡើងខុសហ្នឹងហើយនឹងឡើងខុសហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងយើងអាចឡើងខ្លះវាមាន date វាមាន discussion មាន home មាន model ឬក៏មាន quiz អញ្ចឹងតែកន្លែងនេះគឺមាន modules អញ្ចឹងយើងជួយលើ module យើងចង់ដឹងថាក្នុងខុសហ្នឹងវាមានប្រវាយណាអញ្ចឹងណាមានអីខ្លះហើយជឿ outline មួយអញ្ចឹងក្នុងខុសហ្នឹងខ្លីដែរទេយើងមាន pre assessment teacher retention 1 teacher L ហើយនិង teacher retention E teacher retention A1 A2 A3 រហូតមកចុងក្រោយនេះគឺ reflection post assessment post survey teacher retention reference អញ្ចឹងយើងគ្រាន់តែចូលចុចលើទី1ហ្នឹងមកយើងបានហើយណាហ្នឹងហើយអញ្ចឹងយើងអានសេចក្តីណែនាំឲ្យចប់មក teacher retention ទៅនឹងការរក្សាគ្រូដើម្បីកុំឲ្យបាត់បង់គ្រូហ្នឹងយើងអាន welcome to teacher retention វគ្គហ្នឹងហើយផ្លឹសមកណាហ្នឹងហើយតមកយើងអានមើលក្នុងវគ្គមួយវាតែមាន objective module ឬក៏ course objectives ហ្នឹងវត្ថុបំណងនៃ course ហ្នឹងគឺគេដាក់ឲ្យណា as you complete this module you will បើសិនយើងចប់វគ្គហ្នឹងយើងនឹងអាច understand the importance of maintaining teacher retention បាទតែសារគ្រូបង្រៀននៅកុំឲ្យគ្រូបង្រៀនបាត់បង់អីចឹងណា identify factor that attribute to teacher turnover ការបាត់បង់គ្រូបង្រៀនអីចឹងទៅហើយ យើងចុច next មកបាទយើងចុច next មកហើយចុច next មកវាចូលដល់វគ្គទី2វគ្គ pre assessment ទៅនឹងទៅវាតម្លៃដំបូងអញ្ចឹងយើងចុចយក quiz នឹងទៅអញ្ចឹងធ្វើតាមគេរហូតទៅហើយ next រហូតដល់ចុងក្រោយយើងនឹងបញ្ចប់ហើយយើងបញ្ចប់យើងនឹងបានទទួលនឹងចំណេះដឹងនៅទាំងអស់ហ្នឹងហើយយើងនឹងទទួលបាន e-certificate មួយពីនឹងដែរអូខេអញ្ចឹងមានប៉ុណ្្នឹងទេមិនអីច្រើនទេសង្ឃឹមថាលោកពូនឹងអាចយកបានហើយបើសិនបើមានបញ្ហាអីអាចតតងមកខាងខ្ញុំ Telegram បានអរគុណច្រើន